Hi, thanks for checking out today's Season 1 Marathon of Quest for the Best. Make sure you are subscribed to Bring Me so you don't miss out on any of our videos. Enjoy! Hey Arthur, you know, we're in the presence of celebrity right now.
Oh really? Where?
That is the most photographed lighthouse in the world.
No way.
Yeah, celebrity. So we are here in Portland, Maine, and Arthur, what's Maine known for?
Lobster.
Exactly. We came here with a bit of a dilemma. We wanted to eat a lobster roll, but we didn't know where the best one was. So we are on a quest to find the best lobster roll in Portland, Maine. We're gonna go to 5 different places as recommended by Yelp and people on the internet and Reddit, and we're gonna determine once and for all which one is the best. This is the quest for the best lobster roll.
It's cold as hell, but I'm ready to eat some lobster.
Let's do it. We are here at Eventide Oyster Company, and we are going to try their signature brown butter lobster roll served on a bao bun. Apparently they were very influenced by Southeast Asian food. They feel like the culture of seafood there and the culture of seafood here are similar enough that they wanted to have some sort of crossover between them, and so they're using a bao bun.
It looks really small, but it looks so delicious, right?
Yeah.
Like the bun itself looks very buttery, looks soft. Hey, but you know what they say, the smallest thing pack their biggest punch.
Oh, smell that. Smell the brown butter. It smells like butter, but brown. I'm gonna cleanse my palate with more alcohol. Let's take a bite of this. Oh man,
Wow.
You were right to be excited about the bun.
That taste, that flavor, this bun adds a whole new layer to it.
It's very rich. That one bite was like, wow, that was a meal in itself. I feel like the amount of butter in the bun really complements the butter all over the lobster. It all goes so well together. Smart.
Let's do it.
You drop some?
I fell apart. I wish I could do the 5-second rule, but we're on camera. This is amazing.
This is an incredible lobster roll. What would you improve on this?
To be honest with you, I would want more. Like I'm just getting into it and I'm almost done.
I feel the same way. The only thing I would change so far is just the size. It literally just like disintegrates in your mouth in the best possible way. I've only got one bite left and I'm really sad about that.
All right. Even with the size, like, I mean, the taste itself is out of this world.
Next place?
Let's do it, man.
Let's go.
My name is Baxter Key. I am one of the owners here at the Highroller Lobster Company in Portland, Maine. We started as a food cart about 5 years ago. We use fresh Maine lobster meat and locally baked brioche buns. And then we make all of our own sauces in-house. So you can choose from a variety of flavored mayos or butter or our lobster ghee. What sets our lobster roll apart is the fact that you can have it any way you would like it. If you want your lobster roll with bacon, you can get it with bacon. If you want it with lime mayo, you can have it with lime mayo. But if you want a traditional roll just with warm butter on it, you can have that too. So it's a totally customizable experience, and we use the freshest local ingredients. If you're in Portland, Maine, come on through the Highroller. We're open 7 days a week, year round. Come say what's up.
We are here at the Highroller Lobster Company about to try another lobster roll. That's a pretty classic lobster roll. And then what is this?
This is a cheese crisp taco. I guess the tortilla is made out of cheese, and as they put it on the grill, it hardens to create a gluten-free taco shell. It looks amazing.
All right, let's start with the classic.
Look at that. This looks beautiful and fulfilling to me.
It is gonna be beautiful and fulfilling. You ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, cheers. Oh, there's a lot of butter in this roll. I love it. That was a good, buttery, juicy bite of lobster. It kind of melts away.
I can honestly say I haven't tasted lobster like this anywhere. For me, I'm enjoying the sauce with it. I personally would enjoy just a little bit more on it with it.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna take my last bite of this, and then I'm ready to move on to that taco.
Do it.
What makes Highroller especially unique is this cheese taco lobster roll thing.
This actually scares me a little bit. Usually what allures me to a lobster roll is the bread, the bun that it's in.
Okay.
This is different, but I'm intrigued to see how it adds the uniqueness to it.
I'm gonna be honest, I love cheese more than anything in this world, and so I'm more excited about this than I have been in a long time. You don't wanna see under the table. All right, ooh, I can smell the cheese. You gotta smell that.
Oh wow, it smells amazing.
Yeah, it does. And this one you said was the jalapeno. Jalapeno and lime mayo. That sounds like a good combination.
Yeah.
That's a very different taste. The jalapeno and lime mayo I love.
So you get the jalapeno flavor without the jalapeno spice. You get the lime flavor without it being too tangy. I literally just took a bite with just sauce and I was like, this is amazing.
Personally, I'm gonna say I prefer the bread. This is a surprisingly good substitute. It still feels hearty. I don't feel like I'm missing anything by eating it this way. And I think it's a fantastic option for people who can't eat bread. Oh, this is gonna be a really tough competition. I don't know who, Can we just give them all 5 stars? Let's wash this down with another lobster roll.
Ashley Lafreniere, and I'm the Assistant General Manager here at Portland Lobster Company. Portland Lobster Company has been here for 12 years, down on the water in Portland. Pretty casual, live music every night, great fresh lobster all the time. Just like a really nice, fun, relaxed environment to come chill and hang out. We do a classic lobster roll here, so just toasted roll, bed of lettuce, chilled meat, hot drawn butter on top, and they come with french fries and slaw. Lobster is important to Portland because it's part of the community here. It's always been a fishing town. If you want just some like traditional Maine seafood or steamed lobster, anything like that, this is the place to come. You know, we have it all. So if you guys are in Portland anytime soon, come on down to the Portland Lobster Co. We close for the season on October 27th, but we'll be back next year, Cinco de Mayo, so we'll see you then.
Look at this buzzard.
See, now this is fancy.
Yeah,
I've never seen that anywhere.
Should we take it as a souvenir, right? Is that a lobster buzzer, or are you just happy to see me? Oh, feels good. Here, I'll give you a head massage. Oh boy, that's a beautiful plating. Look at that, the glow, the glistening of the butter on it. They look fresh. They look good. That came out of a lobster that was alive like 10 minutes ago. Oh, every single one of these places we go smells so buttery, and I love it. I love butter. Oh my God. Butter is my best friend. This is like the most classic lobster roll you can get. Like, this is the quintessential lobster roll. Let's cheers as we must do, because this is a Bring Me video and all food must be cheers.
You're damn right, brother.
Cheers. This is so good. It's the lobster, the butter, the lettuce, and the bun, and there's nothing between you and that.
I like that I can taste the lettuce. Because it makes it almost feel a little healthy. So my mother would be so proud of me.
I'm gonna squeeze a little bit of lemon on here.
To me, you can't eat lobster without a lemon. It's like almost putting ketchup on fries.
That lemon adds a bit of tanginess to it. That's kind of nice. The one thing I think could improve about this lobster roll, the bun. Because the lobster is fantastic. It's fresh. It's got beautiful butter on it. The lettuce, it's a nice crunch. The bun is just a hot dog bun. It's good, but having had a brioche bun and a bao bun, it feels like this is what this could use.
I agree. Well said, my brother.
Thank you. You ready to move on?
I'm ready.
Ready to get up here?
Yes, sir. Let's do it. You're ready.
Kate, I am the operations manager / commissary manager of Bite Into Maine. Bite Into Maine is a small lobster roll food truck. We have our original location at Portland Headlight, our brick and mortar space in Scarborough, Maine, and then we have our Airstream at Allagash Brewing Company. Bite Into Maine specializes in lobster rolls. This food truck has 3 different styles: Maine style, mayo and chive; Connecticut styles, lobster meat and butter; picnic style is a layer of coleslaw in the bun, lobster meat on top of that, celery salt, and hot butter. Our relationship with Allagash Brewing Company has been really great so far. We offer a little flight of lobster rolls to go along with their flight of beers. We just have a great time making these lobster rolls, and I think the love that goes into the lobster roll comes out.
Lobster, 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 lobster. So we are here at the Bite into Maine food truck at Allagash Brewery, and we are about to try their Maine style and their picnic style lobster rolls, as well as their little flight. This is actually the first Maine style roll we've had, because all the other ones have been butter. This is the only one we've had with mayo so far.
When you picture Maine, this is what Maine looks like, right?
The lovely people here at Allagash have also given us a flight of some of their beers to go along with it. This isn't gonna affect our grading, but it might. Oh, that's good. This is the Maine style lobster roll. It's got just the lobster coated in mayo and some chives on top on this lovely toasted little bun. So they use fresh baked bread. The bread is a key part of the flavor of the roll.
Totally.
Let's take our halves of this one. Cheers.
Cheers.
Let's bite into Maine. Let's go. That is a good lobster roll. Oh, you took a way bigger bite than I did.
Listen, brother, when there's lobster in my hand and there's a bunch of it at once, you never let it go to waste.
The mayo makes a difference there. Reunite before we bite. I love the coleslaw on the bottom, and I kind of wanted to taste it a little more.
I feel like Maine is converting me in so many ways. I don't eat coleslaw usually.
No?
I mean, I'm probably gonna have to move to this city.
There's a hefty amount of lobster on this. The coleslaw gives it a nice little tanginess at the bottom, and a little crunch, which is nice.
Yes.
And the butter. So much butter.
What I've loved about each place we've gone to, that they all are specific and individual
Yeah,
and have their own taste and style to it.
This might be controversial since we're in Maine. I prefer the Connecticut style to the Maine style. I like butter too much.
I actually would go with the mayo one.
Well, you know what? I have some really great news for you. You got a mini version of it right here. These are so cute. The great thing here is if you can't pick between the ones on the menu, you can just get this little flight.
What I think is unique about this place is that it's also paired with a brewery. So like this
Yeah.
beer goes perfect with both rolls.
Let's finish that up and head out of here. I'm gonna push you out of here. You're gonna have to finish that on the road. Let's go.
Hi, I'm Becky Rand, the owner of Becky's Diner. Becky's Diner is a family-run place, comfortable and friendly and warm and welcoming to anybody who needs a meal. We opened in 1991, so in March it'll be 29 years. I had 6 children. I was a single mom, was waitressing in 3 different restaurants, trying to pay the bills. No matter how much money I made, it was never enough. So I decided to mortgage my house and open my own place, because if I was planning on working 70 hours a week, it might as well be for me. The people in Portland and all the people that knew me and all the local waterfront people supported me from day one. I had a line the first day and every day since. They came back and kept coming back because the food was good and it was homemade. There are a lot of restaurants in Portland that are very high-end, classy food, but I think Portland needed a diner. We added the lobster roll to our menu. We only get the freshest lobster meat picked. We don't serve anything frozen here. It's fresh every day. I think you can taste the difference. There's a lot of love in this diner. That's what I feel like. So I hope you'll come and see us.
Ooh, thank you. That is a lobster roll, if I've ever seen one. It smells like lobster. Isn't it a little sad this is the last lobster roll?
It's very sad.
It's very sad. Let's bite in. The last lobster roll. Oh, that butter smells good.
I'm hearing music right now. I will say it's not my favorite bread, but what I do like about it is that I like the pickle with it. I like the rest of the condiments that come with it. It feels like you're here to have a decent meal, something that feels homey, something that's gonna fill you up. Becky's hasn't been shy at all.
I do like how hefty this lobster roll is. I'm gonna disagree with you there. I like this bun a lot. I agree though entirely about like this feels like a full meal. A lot of the other places they serve you a lobster roll and that's all you get. And that seems like the kind of place Becky's is. It's the kind of place that wants you happy and well fed when you walk out the door.
Almost feels like comfort food. I feel relaxed here. This has just been an overall great experience. Thank you, Becky.
if I wanted to change something about this, it might be that I would add a different piece of lettuce, maybe a bigger, crunchier, leafier piece of lettuce. This lobster roll was very good. It was a very satisfying way to end the day and to end this tour.
As you can see, I've cleaned my plate.
We will see tomorrow when we make our final decision. This is gonna be the roughest night's sleep I've ever had. I live a very easy life. Let's go. So we have had a lot of lobster rolls in the last week, and honestly, all of them were fantastic.
There's nothing really bad I can say about any of them at all. They were all spectacular.
But this is the quest for the best, not for the, oh, they were all good. We gotta pick one. I actually think it would be best if we kind of ranked them. Let's start at the bottom of the top. So for you, what was number 5?
I'm gonna give 5 to, I'm gonna give it to Portland Lobster Co.
Same for me. It was a very good traditional roll, but it wasn't outstanding. It wasn't like, wow, this is incredible, a life-changing experience. And that puts for me actually 4th place to another traditional roll, which is that Becky's Diner, which I really liked it. I love the atmosphere in there, and they give you so much for your dollar.
Maybe we aren't traditional guys,
Maybe not. Maybe we wanted something a little riskier. Number 3 for me, I'm gonna say, was Bite into Maine at Allagash Brewery.
Totally agree. What I loved is just the variety of rolls that they had. The different types of options that you could get there kind of made the experience much more fun and inviting, I guess, in a sense, as well as the pairing with the beers.
Now it comes down to it. We're gonna have to say our number 1, and people can insinuate what number 2 is based on that. All right, our number 1 lobster roll, let's see. 3, 2, 1. Highroller. Whoa, okay. Let's talk about this.
That bao bun, man.
So good.
And yes, it was small, but that taste was nothing like I've tasted before on a lobster roll.
I mean, I think what I liked about Highroller was you can get a lobster roll however you like it. They load it up pretty well. They have that weird taco lobster roll, which I actually really liked. And I love the sauces, the jalapeno lime mayo. That was really good. Oh, I really like the Eventide one. And honestly, when I first took a bite of that Eventide one, like, that was a pretty life-changing moment. All right, I'm gonna give it to Eventide. I'm gonna make that my number 1. All right, and I'm sorry, Highroller, but you're number 2.
But it's
Still it was so close.
It's like this.
So we've made our decision, and we are going to go award the official trophy of the best lobster roll. It's a small magnetic lobster, which I've just bought at a shop back there, that I've inscribed poorly best lobster roll number 1 on. So we're just gonna go give that to the winning place.
And enjoy one more roll.
Yeah, I need another one too, for sure. I might have just become religious. My religion is bagels. Hi, I'm Dakota.
I'm Sarah.
And we're out here with a very important mission. New York City has a lot of bagel shops. You can find one pretty much on every corner.
And thank God for that.
True. The problem is we don't know which one is the best.
If you're coming from out of town, you don't want to waste time going to hundreds of bagel places. You want to know right away, where do I go to get the bagel? And that's why we're doing the quest for the best bagel in New York City.
So Sarah, what are you looking for in a good bagel?
Oh, so many things. One thing is the size. You want a nice big bagel in New York. It's not gonna be sad, smushed grocery store sized bagel. It's a mouthful.
You can tell if a bagel's good just kind of by looking at it.
Yeah.
Outside of a bagel, you want it to be a little bit shiny, and you want it to have those little bubbles that come from when you boil the bagel.
One thing I do look for is like a nice dark caramel color. I feel like that's what you want from a nice, well-cooked bagel. Yum yum in my tongue. Also very important to the perfect New York bagel is the sound it makes when you bite into it. So it should be a crunch smoosh.
We've chosen 5 of the best places that New York has to offer.
Yeah.
All of these places are top tier bagel shops.
Oh, I'm hungry. I want to eat them.
Okay, let's go.
All right.
My name is Philip. I'm the owner of the Bagel Hole in Brooklyn, Park Slope. We started the Bagel Hole back in 1985, and It was me and my brother as my partner. We used the best ingredients. We used the original bagel recipe from like 100 years ago. And I like to say I put a lot of love into my product. We use really the best ingredients there are. We're baking all day long, so bagels are constantly coming out every 20 minutes, every half hour. We hand roll them, we let them sit overnight. We have the hot water in the kettle, it's boiling. We put the couple of dozen in there, scoop them out, we put the bagels on the boards with the burlap. Then we bake them. After like 2 minutes, you flip them, and then they finish baking for another 10, 12 minutes.
So we're here at our first spot, and that's Bagel Hole here in Park Slope.
Park Slope is actually my old hood, so I think I have to admit something. I've been here a lot.
So you like it?
Yeah, this is the first bagel. It's an everything bagel with plain cream cheese.
It's radiating, it's still warm. I'm just admiring mine. Oh, that's a good way to start your day.
I don't even want to talk about it, I just want to eat it. It's a bit uneven in the coloring. A really nice dark caramel color on the bottom.
So this bagel's a little smaller than I'd anticipated. It's got a nice, like, kind of hard crust.
Really good crunch. That is, the sound is great on this one.
And it's not often with an everything bagel that you can really taste the garlic, but I actually really like that garlic flavor is coming through pretty strongly.
Yeah, garlic tastes good. It's just, you're not gonna get many kisses afterwards, but I don't care, I got a bagel. Bagels over boys. So this is an egg bagel with scallion cream cheese. This is what they recommend it within the Bagel Hole.
The nice thing about this one, right off the bat, I can see bubbles all over the top.
You hear that? Great sound. This one, in terms of like the perfect crispiness to like the soft biting in ratio, it's perfect.
If anything on both of these bagels, what would you improve?
Can I have more of them, please?
You just want a second one.
Yeah, I want a second one.
That's fair. That was a very
You
strong
inhaled
start.
that. You inhaled it.
I love that bagel. Oh my God.
Well, let's go to our next bagel place.
I'm gonna get another one to go.
Okay, get another one. Then
I'm a hungry boy.
Then we're gonna go to another bagel place.
So my name is Christopher Puglisi, and I'm the owner and operator of Tompkins Square Bagels. We're located in the East Village in New York City. We've been here since 2011. I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York. I met my wife. She lived here in the East Village, and she had me bringing her bagels constantly from Brooklyn. And I realized, like, hey, wait a second, we don't have a bagel store in the East Village. And that's how it happened. We're doing things a very like traditional, sort of old-fashioned way. I got the recipe for my bagels from a fellow who opened his shop in 76, 77. The industry became more about cutting corners to sort of like make as much as you can. We took a chance that spending a little more would pay off, and it did. All the bagels are hand-rolled individually with traditional ingredients like using barley malt as a sweetener instead of table sugar. Every bagel starts out in our dough mixer downstairs. When we're done prepping our dough, they're hand-rolled, they'll proof, and when they're ready to bake, we'll bring them upstairs, boil them in our kettle. They'll be put on wooden planks covered with burlap. And then they'll go into our bagel oven and they'll bake for about 11 minutes. We're known for our cream cheeses. Sometimes we'll carry up to 40 at once. We invented something called birthday cake cream cheese. We have things like the French toast bagel. We'll put eggs, brown sugar, cinnamon, maple syrup, a little bit of butter. This shop is basically my love letter to the East Village. I've been coming to the East Village since I was a little kid. My friends and I would jump on the F train and sneak into the East Village. I wanted to create a place where everybody could come and feel welcome, and that happens here every day.
These bagels look really good. We're gonna try out their classic everything bagel, and then we're gonna try out some of their specialty things, which, boy, do they have a lot of them.
These are gonna require a trip to the gym. Cheers.
Cheers to that.
Cheers. Oh my God. You can tell there's enough cream cheese when you bite in and it gets on your nose. I have to say, I heard you take your bite and it sounded right. You want to hear the crunch because the outer layer, you want it to be a little crunchy.
One thing I really liked about this, they coat the top and the bottom of the bagel with the everything topping. And I think the ratio of all of the different seeds was really good.
Yeah, I read in a New York Times article, said that it should be 4 ounces or less. So let me, It's good.
Okay. It's got a little bit of browning. It does have some of those bubbles that you look for in a good bagel that's been boiled. Not super bubbly. and it's not the shiniest of bagels. I'm looking for shiny bagels, personally.
I want a little thicker and a little more inside chewy.
So now we're gonna try their more unique things. We've got so many options. Peanut butter Nutella, birthday cake, almond, mixed berry, and this is a chocolate chip cookie dough.
So it's French toast with cookie dough,
Cream cheese.
cream cheese.
That's like a dessert bagel.
I'm very much so pro that bagel. This one's my favorite. It feels like it's July 4th. We're about to watch the fireworks.
Is this
We're
the most
having- we're
patriotic
fun.
bagel?
Oh, certainly.
Birthday cake. This one scares me a little bit. I'm gonna find these in my pants in a week.
Why'd you put the bagel in your pants? But it is on the sweeter side, but so am I.
Overall, I really enjoyed the traditional bagel. It had a good crunch to it, good ratio of cream cheese to bagel,
Yeah.
and I loved the everything toppings.
It wasn't your typical everything bagel because there was more everything topping, and that really made it special. Bagels.
Hi, my name's Diana Dalhook. I'm the executive chef and partner of Black Sea Bagels. So Black Sea Bagels is a 6-year-old artisanal bagel shop that we like to say that we're kind of a hybrid between New York and Montreal bagels. The difference between a New York and Montreal bagel is Montreal is a little bit smaller in size, boiled in honey water, and it's typically a wood oven, and it's a little bit more dense than a New York bagel. New York bagels are known to be on the bigger, fluffier side. The parts we take from Montreal are the wood fire, the honey water, and a little bit of the size. What we take from the New York end is the inside. So when you first open our bagel, you'll notice that there's a nice crust, and the middle is a little bit softer. Most bagels start off the same. We use a very similar product. We do like to use King Arthur flour, definitely the honey. We use it not only in the water and the actual dough itself, so it lends a little bit of sweetness. We allow it to proof overnight. We then boil it in honey water for about 2 to 3 minutes, and then pop it in the wood oven for about another 15 to 20 minutes. The thing is about using a wood oven is the temperature differences. It's not going to be as consistent as a convection oven, so I really am proud of my bakers for really understanding the nuances of a wood fire. We are somewhat traditional as far as our bagel flavors. My favorite is actually really, really simple, right out of the oven. I literally just go in the oven and grab it with my hands because I have baker's hands. Literally just eat the bagel by itself so I can really, really taste the dough. It's pretty, amazing.
You know why they're called black seeds?
Is it because the seeds are black?
That is correct. Apparently in Montreal, you order a bagel black seeds or white seeds, and that's poppy seeds or sesame seeds.
Are you ready?
I'm so
All right,
ready.
I'm gonna go get them. Bon appetit. So we have everything bagel.
It's so squishy.
It's much smaller too. This is a baby bagel. It's a little uneven in how it's cooked. Like you can see, it's much darker.
So do we want to try this, or do we want
Yeah.
to just talk about it? It's not the same texture at all.
But I love the flavor on this one.
That is what I was gonna say. It's a tiny bit sweet, and I think that's probably because they boil it in honey water.
Texture-wise, I think I like more of a crunch smoosh. I did miss the sound. I do really like.
I've had Montreal bagels in Montreal.
Yeah.
And I can tell that this isn't quite the same as that. It does retain some elements of a New York bagel.
Bacon, egg, and cheese is their specialty sandwich that we're trying. How often do you eat bacon, egg, and
Too
cheese?
often.
Too often, yeah, me too.
You can tell this is good because the grease has come through the bottom of the bagel.
I love bacon, egg, and cheese.
Nice.
The smallness of the bagel didn't bother me as much with the cream cheese. But in the sandwich, I think I want more bagel.
I love the flavor of the bagel so much that I want
Yeah.
to taste it. And I'm right now tasting primarily the bacon. It doesn't have all the attributes of a New York bagel, but it does have the ones that count most to me. It's got that nice shine you can see on the outside. It's got some of that bubbling.
I had never tried a Montreal, New York hybrid bagel. I'm
Neither have
very pleased. I will have again. But I'm also excited to try even more bagels.
Let's go.
Let's go.
My name is Beverly Wilpon, and this is my ess-a-bagel. We have 3 stores. This is the original location. We used to be across the street on 21st and 1st. We wanted to stay in the neighborhood, so we opened up over here. Our bagels are very special. We have an old family recipe that we keep very, very secret. My brother, who's not here today, I wish he was, he can actually taste the bagel, and he knows if it needs a little bit more of anything. We take our time with them, and we take a lot of pride with them. The original ess-a-bagel shop opened in 1976, I believe. It was my dad and my aunt. We start with all natural ingredients, and we do have someone who comes and actually rolls the bagel by hand, so they're all mixed and rolled here. They go into a refrigerator. They proof slowly. We take them out, and they're boiled first, and then we're just baked until they're absolutely ready. We're pretty traditional here. We'll make like everything bagels, whole wheat everything, pumpernickel raisin you can't get everywhere. Our best seller is definitely the everything bagel. My favorite is the 9-grain. It's got a little bit of sweetness to it that I really like. So we have quite a few cream cheese varieties, and most of them we make here. One of the most unique ones is our 5 pepper, which is actually 5 hot peppers. That became super popular. ess-a-bagel is a family-owned business. We all care really deeply about it. I think that's part of why it's special.
Do you know what ess-a-bagel means?
No, I don't.
It's eat a bagel in Yiddish.
Oy vey.
Let me get them bagels. All right, here we go.
This is interesting. Look where the everything is.
On the bottom.
On the bottom.
It's a thick boy.
That is a thick boy. Look at that springiness.
That was a really great sound. The proportions of the crunch to the doughy middle, it's perfect.
It's nice because the cream cheese, it is coming out a little bit here when you squeeze it, but it's not falling out the edges. And that's something I worry about at a bagel shop sometimes, is am I gonna make myself messy?
This color is really perfect to me. It's very golden. This bagel got a tan.
I just want to call attention to the fact that this crust, like it's distinct. There's like a hard line between the crust and then the mantle, if you will.
I thought I was gonna say put the seeds everywhere, but I kind of am comfortable with the ratio here.
The everything mix is a slightly different ratio here. This one is predominantly sesame seeds. As much as I love sesame seeds, I think the ratio of seeds could be a little better. This is a 9-grain bagel with a 5 pepper cream cheese.
Oh, you can count them.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I'm a bit of a spice baby.
I'm a spicy boy. I love spice.
You love spice, okay.
Ooh, wow.
My tongue's on fire.
Water.
Oh my God, it tastes good. This is like a good lunchtime bagel. I would have never ordered this bagel, and now I will, without the spice. I gotta drink more water.
I love the spice. These are the kind of peppers that while they're spicy, they're still very flavorful. And finally,
you got your lox, everything bagel, tomato, lettuce, onion.
There's capers in here too. I can't even get my mouth around it.
It's a thick boy. You're gonna have to listen to that sound later when you edit, so.
Yeah. A lox bagel is a pretty classic New York kind of sandwich, right?
Yeah, and the lox are good here. For me, the flavors were on point, and the bagel was crunch smush, perfect. I can't believe I'm saying this, but Dakota, I'm ready for more bagels. Let's S some more bagels. ESS.
We're not gonna suck on bagels.
Let's go.
Let's go.
How you doing? My name is Scott Spellman. You're at Utopia Bagels in Whitestone, Queens, where we make bagels the old-fashioned way, hand-rolled, kettle boil. Welcome to my house. A good bagel needs at least 24 hours in refrigeration, and it needs to be hand-rolled. And that's something of a dying breed that's happening these days. There's not too many people that do it the old-fashioned way. You have your formula, you'll put it in a mixer, and we use 200 pounds at a time, which will produce about 1,000 bagels. They are mixed, hand-rolled. They'll get proofed before they'll be placed in a kettle, which is boiling water. We'll seed or season our boards. We'll place those boards in the oven. Then about another 8 to 10 minutes, they'll be ready to be tasted. We sell close to 70,000 bagels a week. We're about quality. That's really what we're about here at Utopia Bagels. My hand rollers have been rolling for over 20 years. My oven's from 1947. So these are things that you can't replicate anyplace else. We put a lot of love and care into every step of making our bagel. And that's what really makes our bagel special.
really nice dark caramel color on both sides.
I know you don't care about this, but I can see some bubbles.
Okay.
I love it when there's a little bit of bubbling on the bread. It's nice, it's shiny. It gives me a good impression of the bread right away.
Yeah. This one is super chewy. Like, to take that bite, I really had to work.
Is it worth the work? Mm-hmm. Okay. I really like the dough in this. Just like a good, dense bagel.
When I'm listening to it, there's not like a crunch. It goes, it's right into the like chew. Flavor is great. Big fan of flavor all around the bagel.
It's also hard because like trying to find something to critique about all these amazing bagels.
We're getting really granular.
So if you didn't know, this bagel shop was featured in an episode of Worth It a couple years ago, and they've named a sandwich after said episode.
And it's
this
popular.
Big boy right here. This is the Worth It. Thanks, Stephen and Andrew, for having a bagel named after you. Bagel, of course, lox, cream cheese, tomatoes, red onions, and capers.
I know this is crazy to say, but it tastes healthy. The lox, the tomatoes, very fresh. Like I just went to a garden with fish.
Let's try out one of these. So we got all these bagels. Let's just rip this back. All right. One thing that really stands out about all these bagels is that they're all so fresh and warm. It's so clear they're making so many bagels all the time. There's so much to go for here. How does anyone ever come in here and not get crippled with choice? This birthday cake cream cheese is to die for. Oh!
We're gonna make spaces in our, we're gonna make pockets in our stomach.
Wait, can't you do like this? Do you go like, it's like, it like forces it down? Pretty sure that's what.
All right, let's go.
Caramel.
I'm full. I think we need to decide which bagel was the best, though.
And it's gonna be tough to do so because frankly, all of the bagel places are really, really good. And
Definitely.
I would recommend going to any and all of them if you have the time.
Oh, 100%. Should we say it at the same time?
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Trader Joe's grocery store bagels.
Oh my God. That
I'm
wasn't
kidding, it's
Bagel
Bagel
Hole.
Hole.
Bagel
Bagel
Hole.
Hole.
If you're looking for the perfect New York bagel, this is it. It was size, taste, crunch, smoosh sound, like it had everything, and it's a goddamn perfect bagel.
Bagel Hole is interesting because they only do the basics and they do those perfectly.
Yeah.
I couldn't ask for a better New York bagel.
And I honestly ate the most bagels there.
Yeah, we had a bag to go and they're all gone.
This just makes me love this city more. I love this city and I love their bagels.
This city is a bagel and the bagels fill the hole in your heart. We've done it. We've found the bagel. You can stop looking. I've been Dakota.
I've been Sarah and I still am Sarah.
Thank you for watching. This has been the quest for the best. I'm gonna get another bagel from Bagel Hole.
Okay,
Do you want anything?
bye.
I realize that's in Brooklyn. I can't get there fast enough.
Yeah, take the subway.
Okay, that's that way.
Going to all these different pizza places is just like eating dinner at your grandma's house. She won't let you stop eating. I'm blessed, but also like my stomach hurts.
Hey, I'm Dakota.
And I'm Jeremy.
And we are on a mission today. What would you say is the food that New York is best known for?
I would say it would be pizza.
That is absolutely correct. There's so many good and delicious pizzas in New York City. What we don't know is which one is the best.
That's what we're gonna find out today.
That is why we are on a quest for the best pizza in New York City.
Quest for the best, I like that.
That's the name of the show.
I'm a photographer based here in New York. One of my first photo projects I ever did was called Pizza Portraits. I had people dress up in a pizza costume and would just photograph them around New York. What I'm looking for in a really good slice of pizza is a really solid ratio between cheese, sauce, and crust. I like being able to hold it up and seeing the curve that the pizza makes.
To me, flavor is key. I want a sauce that's nice and tangy and a little bit sweet. I want any toppings to really stand out and elevate the pizza beyond what it would be. I like when I can taste the crust. I want the crust to play a part in the flavor explosion going on in my mouth.
Let's go.
Which way to pizza?
This way.
Okay, great.
I'm Tony. I work in Prince Street almost 4 years already. We're not that kind of pizzeria. They have like, you know, all content full up 3 or 4 levels of pizza. No, we are simple. The pepperoni is the number one, of course. People line up to the corner. They wait between 25 to 45 minutes in line for the pepperoni. As pepperoni pie, it sounds simple and look easy, but we start from the day before. You have to make the dough, you had to let it rise, we put in the pan, we put some fresh mozzarella, we put 2 layers of the spicy sauce with a special ingredient, and then we cover with the pepperoni rain. I call pepperoni rain because I always like, let it come like, and then I put pecorino romano, I put extra virgin olive oil. How's the pepperoni, guys? See what I'm saying? 2013, Prince Street opened for the first time. My boss, Mr. Frank Morano and Mrs. Lizzie Morano, was eating. They asked for focaccia bread, and they give him focaccia bread, and they dip it tomato sauce. And they say, why we don't put this focaccia bread, put sauce on top and put pepperoni and cheese. And that's how the pepperoni pie come out. In New York City, it's 1,000 of pizzerias. They can make pepperoni in uptown, they can make pepperoni in downtown. But you know what? They're still coming here. Why? Because the flavors, nice and fresh. Come, enjoy it. When you gotta go through that door, we're gonna see you like you are part of family.
I think it looks beautiful. I mean, we got like 10 pepperonis per slice. Well, actually 20 because it's cut in half. They're just dripped in grease right now.
When they cook them in the oven, the pepperoni kind of like curls up into like a cup shape. The olive oil that they use kind of pools inside of that. That's beautiful. I just can't stop looking at it.
Should we make like a prayer before we take our first bite? Like I don't know, like Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. I don't know. Ready? Cheers. This is it. Yeah, I took my first bite and it was like, boom, flavor blast. The sauce is very sweet, but the pepperoni is very savory, and together combines for a beautiful bite.
That spice and the tanginess of the sauce really go super well together.
It's like a better combination than peanut butter and jelly.
If anything, what would you improve on this?
I personally like thin pizza, so I would be curious what a thin slice would taste like. But I feel like that's part of the appeal of this, is just thick pepperoni, thick slice, thick cheese. It's like, if you're in the mood for like a thick day, this is the thick pie to get. Actually, you know what would make it better?
What's that?
If an actual prince served me this slice.
So, we've had this, but we have a lot more pizza to eat. Are you ready?
I think so.
Are you still hungry?
I am, yeah.
All right, well, let's go uptown, get some more pizza.
Hi, I'm Frank Tutelamundo. I'm owner and head pizzaiolo here at Mama's 2. Mama's 2 is a really, really different pizzeria where we incorporate every different characteristic of pizza that I love into 2 styles, round and square. So our rounds, our house pie, is the way I eat my New York slice. I incorporated all of the ingredients of a good Neapolitan pizza, but it's got all the eatability of a New York slice where you can fold and kind of eat on the go. Our square pizzas is something of a marriage between a really good Roman al taglio with a New York Sicilian. We just take really, really good classic ingredients, but elevate them to a different whole experience of pizza. So the making of our house pie starts out with our dough, which we're famous for. It's a high hydrated dough. It's really light, pillowy, really bubbly, really active. We put our extra virgin olive oil over the top, our aged mozzarella, our crushed tomato sauce. We bake it in the oven for about 9 to 10 minutes. Pull it out, post-baked basil, and a little more of 2-year aged Parmigiano Reggiano. Pizza, what it is to this city is, it's just like a starting point for everything that we do. If you're on the West Side, definitely come by Mama's 2, try out our pizza. I hope to see you soon.
We're cheering this pizza on.
Yes.
I live in this neighborhood, and this is a really good pizza. I've had it many times before, but you can just tell by looking at it. They've got the nice grated Parmesan on top, this fresh basil. The crust is big and airy. It's just got such nice colors to it.
I even like the ratio of the colors. Like, you got a nice, just the sauce and the cheese, and then you just got the green popping in. It just makes for a nice contrast to the eye. It's just a beautiful looking slice.
Look how big that crust is.
Yep. Look at that curve. That's a nice S curve right there. Cheers.
The pizza's light and airy. That sauce is tangy. You can really taste like the tomatoes, the acidity of those tomatoes in there.
I was surprised by the basil. I don't usually think of a pizza as refreshing, but this pizza is quite refreshing. I feel like I'm drinking a nice lemonade on a summer day, except it's the pizza version of that. Also, having the basil on there is nice because it makes the pizza that much healthier.
The FDA classified pizza as a vegetable a couple of years ago.
As do I.
I like how airy this crust is.
I can't imagine a better crust. It's just crunchy enough, but also soft on the inside, and it's thin.
I think if I were eating the crust on its own, it's wanting for a little bit more moisture, and so getting a little bit of that sauce with the crust, I think, is key. And now I want to try out their cacio e pepe square pie. I don't think I've seen it anywhere else. It's got mozzarella, Parmigiano Reggiano, Pecorino Romano, and mascarpone cheeses on it, and then grated black pepper throughout. So there's cheese baked into the crust. So if you're a cheese lover, this is the slice.
Yep.
This slice is very rich.
It's almost like a sandwich because the outside is crispy and then it's just a soft, gooey middle.
The thing with Mama's too is I'm predisposed to it. I've been here before. It's something that I really do enjoy and I think is top tier pizza. And the one thing that strikes me about this place, having been here a bunch of times, is the consistency and quality. Some pizza places, it really depends on when you get there. This place is always good. Let's wrap this up and get some more pizza.
Cool, let's go.
My name is Margaret Mielis. I am Dominic DeMarco's daughter and manager of DeFara Pizzeria on Avenue J in Brooklyn. We have two types of pies at DeFara. We have a round pie and we have a square pie. What really makes our pizza special, you know, the love that my father put into this. He's been doing this for over 50-something years.
Yeah, my name is Domenico DeMarco. I'm the owner of the pizzeria for 50 years. Before I sell something, I eat them. If I like, I sell. Otherwise, I don't sell.
So my father came to the United States in 1959. He started out as a farmer in Huntington, Long Island, and then he worked in a pizzeria for several years. He wanted to open his own. He found the location on Avenue J in Brooklyn, and we've been here ever since. So the ingredients that we use, the majority of them are imported from Italy, like the Italian tomatoes.
Those tomatoes, they only grow one place. They call it San Marciano. It's near Salerno in Italy, yeah, including myself.
We make everything in small batches, even our sauce. First we'll make the dough, and then we will stretch out the dough. We will add the tomato sauce, and then we'll add one of the mozzarellas, which is the whole milk mozzarella. We sprinkle Parmesan cheese on it, and then we drizzle a little olive oil on it. It cooks in about 6 or 7 minutes. We take it out of the oven. We add another handful of Parmesan cheese, and we snip the basil leaves right on top of the pizza.
I have a lot of experience in this line, so many years.
My dad never took shortcuts. Even during the most difficult times, he still kept the integrity of the product and didn't change a thing.
I feel like I'm in Italy right now a little bit with this beautiful painting right here.
You can really tell by looking at this pizza that is a high quality slice using high quality ingredients. You can just see the olive oil right on top and some of the bubbling of the crust. It's charred on the bottom. Do you see that?
It's thin, it's fresh, it's crispy, it's delicious. Apparently this spot you can BYOB your own bottle of wine, and I regret not doing that even though it's 1 p.m.
The sauce is super flavorful.
This is the freshest sauce I've eaten so far. It just feels like fresh tomatoes, like straight picked from a tomato field.
I really love this slice. I like how they do a last little sprinkle of Parmesan onto the pizza. I like having the complexity of textures when I eat something. I do kind of wish the crust was a bit fluffier. There were a lot of bubbles within the pizza, and there was a nice airiness to that, but when you got to the crust, that's kind of disappeared a little bit.
I don't know if I agree with you there. The whole slice is thin, and even the crust is thin at the end with a little bit of extra chewiness. I love the pizza. I just wish I could have spent a little bit more time with Dom, the owner of this pizza shop. I would describe this pizza as beautiful, and as Dom taught me, this pizza is bellissimo.
They only do a couple things here at DeFara.
Quality over quantity.
I agree, and I think that's kind of their philosophy here. You want a slice of pizza?
I would love a slice.
Here, give me that camera.
He's using my mic. Get that crunch in there.
I have no words. Bellissimo. Bellissimo.
Bellissimo.
Bellissimo.
Bellissimo.
Before we go though, we've been told we have to try their square slice as well. And this is twice baked. They cook it, then they cover it in cheese, and then they cook it again.
Cheers.
Cheers.
This is just a thicker version of what we just ate.
Yeah.
So it's preference. Can I challenge you to something before we leave?
It depends.
What's the most radical way you could eat this pizza, like most unconventionally?
The burrito. Oh boy.
The burrito bite, wow.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh no, I've created a monster. I have so many regrets. All right, let's go. Let's get some more pizza.
My name is Sal Basili, and I'm co-owner of Artichoke Pizza along with my cousin. Francis Garcia. That's my first cousin. We started Artichoke back in 2008, right here on 14th Street. 12 years, 18 locations later, we're still here selling pizza. We specialize in only pizza. We make really big, delicious, hot, steaming pizzas till all hours of the morning. And we love doing it. I would describe the artichoke slice. It's bigger than your head, right? It'll feed you for an entire day. It'll cure your hangover. And it's so delicious that you might have to actually stop what you're doing and call your parents and tell them, hey, Ma, hey, Dad, you gotta come down to 14th Street. This pizza's amazing.
It's rich, it's creamy, it's delicious.
Every time you come into Artichoke, the guy making the pizza has an accent from New York City. That's what makes it taste good, it's the accent. So to make an artichoke pizza, what we do is we take our dough, we stretch it by hand, we put a heaping scoops of artichoke sauce all over it, big handful of pecorino, big pile of palio mozzarella, and then we put those Castroville artichoke hearts all over the top, into the 500-degree oven until it's golden brown all across. And then when it comes out, you gotta use 2 peels, you take it out, and it's like this. It's beautiful. Look at that thing, it's gorgeous. If Frank Sinatra was a pizza, this would be the pizza. Pizza means to New York like what salt means to the ocean. I mean, it's part of it. It's a big part of it. Guys, if you're in New York City, come see us.
It's a must try if you're in New York.
Yes.
Seriously.
We are about to eat some artichoke pizza the way that pizza was meant to be eaten, on the street, messy.
Yes.
But we're also on stools because we're classy.
I moved to New York almost 9 years ago now, and I haven't had it since one of my first days in New York.
I don't think I've had it in a long time sober. It's really a great late night snack. You've had a couple drinks, you're drawn to this. These are beautiful.
Ooh. What is the circumference on that?
They're huge. These are larger than my face.
Cheers.
Touch tips.
That cheese almost fell on my Jordans.
Oh no.
This is surprising me, it's a lot better than I remember it. This pizza is thick, yet it still has a nice curve to it. So I hate getting a pizza, and it's especially thick ones, and it's just a hard slice. I like being able to just like, if I want to fold it, I can fold it up.
This is unlike any slice of pizza that you can really taste anywhere else, but it still shares that core DNA with pizza of like, all right, it's crust and sauce and cheese.
We have all that DNA inside of us right now because we've been eating pizza for the last 3 days. I gotta say, I came here and I wanted to hate this pizza. I had a bad experience my first time eating it like 8 years ago. I really wanted to hate it. And you know what? I don't. I really like it. You can't spell artichoke without art, and this slice is a piece of art.
The sauce and the artichokes are super flavorful and really unique. The dough itself kind of just becomes a vessel for those things. It's not the most flavorful of crusts, but I think the fact that this sauce and the artichokes are so flavorful kind of overrides the crusts.
I love this slice. It'll just bring you joy and happiness, and plus there's a lot of good people watching here.
So artichoke pizza may be known primarily for their artichoke slice, but you might be surprised to learn if you're looking for just a kind of more normal slice of pizza, they do have you covered here.
Yeah. Also, do you know they're also starting a dating app for people with artichoke hearts that are trying to fall in love?
It's called Artichoke Me, Daddy.
Ooh. Ooh.
They've got this beautiful pepperoni slice. That's a solid slice. They do the basics well too, and that's good to know. I definitely think artichoke is something to try. It's a great pizza. I'm gonna go get the car.
All right.
I'll come pick you up. Feel free to eat some more pizza. See you in a bit.
All right, bye.
My name's Salvatore Vitale, and my family is Joe's Pizza. My grandfather's Joe. It's the New York slice. Like, we do traditional, old school New York slice pizza. What goes into making a slice of Joe's? A lot of time, 50 years worth. We've been doing this for a while, so we know what we're doing. So my grandfather came from Naples in the 60s. He opened Joe's Pizza in 75. He was doing pizza since the 60s. We've just been serving our traditional New York style pizza since then. On the same block right here. We sort of instilled like what the New York slice is. So it's just fresh right out of the oven pizza is what you're gonna get when you come here. My best slice, I would obviously go with the regular cheese. That's what we sell the most of. So if you look at our counter, we only have 4 different kinds of pizzas when you come up. You either get a cheese, a pepperoni, fresh mozzarella, or Sicilian. We make the dough when we come in every morning. So we make the sauce and the cheese. It's not much preparation because it's literally only our sauce and our dough. The sauce is our own little recipe, and how we do the dough is our own little thing also. We cook our pizzas all at high heat, over 600 degrees. Closest that we can to like the brick oven style pizza, which is why our pizzas always come like nice and charred on the bottom. You get a nice crisp to it. Our style is our style. It's very hard to replicate. When people go for a New York slice, I feel like they compare it to like our street slice. For us, I feel like you get the beautiful taste of like straight Parmesan tomatoes. You know what I mean? You get the flavor of the cheese. It's well balanced. That's the main thing that we shoot for, is well balanced when it comes to our slice. New York has the best of the best. Like people who come here that open restaurants, you have to be on your A game because there's too much competition, and with all the competition, it makes you stronger. You have to do the best you can do, or else you get eaten up. Yeah, I mean, if you're in New York and you haven't tried Joe's, maybe you should.
I cannot believe we're about to eat another slice of pizza.
What, is like 28 too many for you?
Yes.
For our final slice of the journey, it's a slice everyone knows and loves. It's Joe's. This looks like the pizza you get when you do a Google image search for New York pizza. It's got that nice red line of sauce up here.
Yeah,
it's got a nice bubble on this crust, which is like a little crispy.
I'm so full of love.
Aww.
As well as my stomach from
And
pizza.
All right. That's a slice of pizza. Joe's is like a very simple pizza, right? I go in there, I want a slice of cheese pizza. The sauce is tangy and sweet. The cheese, while basic, services the pizza pretty well. This crust is like perfectly crunchy while still being floppy and malleable. You can get that S curve on it.
The best things in life are simple, and this slice is simple, and it's one of the best things in life.
And you want to know something fun about Joe's? This is the pizza place in Spider-Man 2. Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man, works at this pizza place. His boss says you have one more chance. Deliver these pizzas in 30 minutes or less or you are fired. He gets to the office, he puts the pizzas down, he says, pizza time. And she says, I'm not paying for those. Spider-Man, that's the whole plot of the movie. I'm not sure this is the best pizza, but I'm not sure I'd change anything about it. It's what you want in the moment. You're like, I want a slice of classic New York pizza. This is where you get it. Well, let's mull over it for a bit and then decide once and for all, what's the best pizza in New York?
This is gonna be such a tough decision.
So, we've thought about it. I've got pizza grease on my shirt. We're now here to tell you, once and for all, what's the best?
The quest is complete, my friend.
Frankly, all these places were really good, and they were really good for their own reason.
Every slice we ate was fantastic. They were the 5 of the best slices in the world, AKA in New York. Same thing.
The best slice of pizza in New York.
The best slice of pizza in New York
was
DeFara.
DeFara pizza is incredible. It's far out, it's very long to get a slice of pizza, it takes a while, but that wait is so worth it. You take a bite of that and a flavor explosion appears in your mouth.
It wasn't until I went to DeFara and I met Dom, a legend. He's been slinging pies in that shop for almost 60 years. And he puts love into these pies, and that's why they taste so good. Each one of those pies are a piece of art. That's what separates this pizza restaurant from all the others.
I just want to thank all the pizza places for letting us come there and for making incredible pies.
Yes.
I'm so happy with everyone, frankly. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and check out Jeremy's Instagram. He's been taking some pictures of this whole experience. You can probably find him on there. Thank you for coming.
Yes. Yeah, come here, man.
Pizza time.
Yeah, I really enjoyed eating pizza with you.
If you have a favorite pizza and you think we missed it, let us know down in the comments. Good night. I'm gonna go get pizza and sleep.
All right, I'm gonna go dance.
Where? Can I come?
Yeah,
I wanna
sure.
dance. This pastrami, it almost looks shredded. Shredded in a way I will never be. Hey, I'm Dakota.
And I'm Jordan.
And we are here in New York City.
The land of my people, the Jews.
New York is known for having a lot of Jewish delis. Not so many as there used to be, but there are still a fair amount.
Yeah.
And Jewish delis have got pastrami sandwiches.
The best sandwich of all time.
And that's why we're going on a quest for the best pastrami sandwich. What are we looking for in a good pastrami?
All right, so let's start with the bread.
So I want a nice tangy rye. The most important thing is the ratio of the meat to the bread.
Exactly. I like an 8-to-1 ratio, so it should be approximately the size of my face.
Wait.
That's
More like it. I want a little pepper, I want a little smoke.
I prefer thin, but I am not opposed to thick.
I think what's most important, whether or not it's thin or thick, is that it's tender.
Nice and soft, not dry, an overall wonderful experience while eating it.
And then mustard is just a nice addition.
Yeah.
If there's good mustard on it,
Great.
well, you can't go wrong. Come here, come on. Let's get a
little
little
secret.
serious.
Bring it in.
Disclaimer, we're not going to Katz's.
No, it's an amazing sandwich. Go and try it yourself. But we want to highlight some other places, and frankly, the lines are long.
Yeah, we want to avoid the lines at Katz's.
And we don't got all day, and we gotta go.
Yes, I'm excited. I hope
I'm
you're
ready.
excited.
I'm so excited.
Let's go get our first sandwich. Let's
See you
go.
there.
My name is Josh Liebel. I'm one of the owners of the Second Avenue Deli and Institution in New York. The restaurant was started in 1954 by my uncle. He was a Holocaust survivor. He really built up the restaurant from nothing, really made it into not only just a New York institution, but a national institution. Unfortunately, in 1996, he was murdered. At that point, my father stepped in and took over the restaurant. In 2006, my brother and I took over. We opened up in Midtown on 33rd Street. We're really famous for our pastrami. We smoke and cure it ourselves. Our pastrami is machine sliced. It comes super thin, very buttery. It's served on rye bread, and then it's your choice what to add on it. And of course, we recommend it coming with our deli mustard.
So we are here at a childhood favorite of Jordan's here.
Yay!
How many times would you say you've been here?
I've been here more than a handful of times. Being from Long Island, being Jewish, this is just like where we would go for a pastrami sandwich, a bowl of soup. Everything is delicious. Everything is good. Everyone here is amazing.
Let's talk about the pastrami sandwich.
Okay.
It's gorgeous.
It is.
The color of the meat is the first thing that stands out to me.
Just like the wow factor. It is everything from start to finish, exactly what you're looking for when they put it on a plate and on front of your face. Just like smelling the pastrami, you smell the flavor. You smell the seasoning, you smell the spice.
You can see the layers like squeeze. Shall we?
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers. Beautiful. Perfection on a plate. I've never been so proud to be Jewish until I've eaten this sandwich. We nailed it, Jews. We did this. Wow.
I'm honored that I'm allowed to eat this.
You're so welcome. Everybody's welcome. Just not for my sandwich. Order your own.
Rye is a little bit tangy, and this bread, you can taste that, and it's complemented perfectly by this mustard, which is, it's like a sour mustard. It's not spicy. It's not a spicy mustard.
Their mustard is really good and nice and bright.
Old-fashioned mustard. Oh my god, it's 5 calories. I can't eat this.
Oh my god. Going on a mustard diet.
The meat itself, I can taste the seasonings they've used to cure it.
This is just the perfect slice. This is gonna melt in your mouth, and even though it's kosher, it's gonna just. It has that like buttery feel.
So what, if anything, would you change about the sandwich?
I don't think I would change anything. This is exactly what you want for a traditional Jewish deli pastrami sandwich.
Yeah, can't get over how well seasoned that pastrami is though, because it is like perfection itself.
Yeah, finishing that because I know we have more to try, but if I could, I would eat this whole thing.
I mean, you could, I just did. I'm a big boy, I'm a growing boy, and I'm gonna be like 90% pastrami soon. We have a couple more places to go to. Let's see how they do. Let's see how they fare.
My name's Joel Titleman, and I'm the owner here at Mile End Delicatessen. Mile End Delicatessen is a Montreal-style Jewish deli located in Brooklyn, New York. We specialize in Jewish deli meats made from scratch. Our most famous meat is our Montreal smoked meat. It's basically pastrami's Canadian cousin. I like to say it's what pastrami wants to be when it grows up. New York had a great deli scene, but there was nothing making it relevant for kind of like the next generation. And being from Montreal, we thought, why not do smoked meat instead of pastrami since there was no smoked meat in New York. One of the coolest experiences was we've got to serve smoked meat to the Prime Minister of Canada a couple times, and he's even visited the restaurant, so that was a real trip and a real honor. Our smoked meat sandwich is made from cured and smoked beef brisket. We brine it in a solution of pink salt, garlic, coriander, a whole bunch of other good stuff. Basically, we put it in that solution for about 14 days. We take it out, we rinse it off, and then we rub it with a blend of pepper, coriander, paprika, and a few other secret things. We put it in the smoker, smoke it at about 225. We want to get the brisket up to about 180 degrees, and that's when it's ready to come out. The flavor is basically a little bit more smoky and peppery than a typical pastrami. It's got a little bit more of a bark to it. We like to consider it a cross between Jewish deli and Texas barbecue, Jubicue.
Oh, they look amazing. Can we smell them?
Amazing.
Right off of the bat, we've got a nice seeded rye.
Oh, yeah.
The ratio of meat to bread is exactly how it should be.
Perfect.
8 to 1. Yeah.
This is what it's all about. Stack on stack on stack of meat. And I love how like this bread is legitimately sturdy. It's not like flimsy.
No.
You're not gonna pick it up and it's not gonna be a mess. It's amazing.
I'm excited to try how this tastes different from some of the other places.
For sure.
Cheers.
Okay. Cheers.
I like the tangy mustard.
Mustard adds such a good flavor.
Yeah, it does.
And the meat, so tender, but still sturdy of like a meat sandwich, of like feeling that all together, just like the piles of meat on together on a sandwich. The seasoning of the meat is so good, I would not change a single thing.
When it's this tender and the flavor is this nice, it's like luxurious and kind of smooth, it makes it easy and it's not overwhelming at all.
You could eat this whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
I could eat this whole thing right now,
Yeah,
without you.
I understand. I understand you don't need me.
Go.
It is delicious from start to finish.
My main criticism here is I think the mustard isn't my favorite type of mustard.
Okay, 100% agree, but this meat makes the sandwich.
Oh yeah, and I love having a bit of variety, and it's nice, it's in eating all these pastrami sandwiches, it's nice to get a little bit of a change in terms of like, the texture of the meat and the flavor, because this is a bit smokier than some of the other stuff
Absolutely, and like, as a Jew, I appreciate this change. This does not mess the overall feng shui and flow of this traditional sandwich.
I've never heard food described as having a feng shui.
Feng shui.
But you know what? We'll take it.
We're gonna do it.
My name is Andrew Wengrover, 4th generation owner of Sarge's Delicatessen Diner in New York City. Sarge's opened in 1964. My great-grandfather, Abe Katz, was a sergeant in the NYPD, and they needed a place to hang out, so we decided to open up Sarge's. We specialize in homemade corned beef, pastrami, and all other Jewish delicacies. Back in November 2012, we suffered a devastating fire. This entire restaurant was pretty much up in flames. It was a total loss. It took us 15 months to rebuild, and in March of 2014, we reopened better than ever. A lot of the pictures that are in here, a lot of the celebrity photos, and a lot of the ones on the wall, those are all from the fire. A lot of them were able to be salvaged. Sarge's has been in my family for 50 plus years, and you know, from my great-grandfather to my grandmother to my uncles, my mother. It's nice that I'm able to keep the tradition going, and hopefully one day I can pass it down to my son. I think that what sets our pastrami sandwich from everybody else is that it's made with love, it's made in-house. Same guys have been making it for 15, 20 years, and it's something that we really pride ourselves in.
Oh my
First
lord.
of all, this is the perfect proportion to my face. This gets like 1,001 points for size alone.
Yeah, we've been talking about a ratio of meat to bread of like 8 to 1. This is like 400 to 1.
Yeah, this is incredible. This is everything and more.
Right off the bat, the bread is warm and
Yeah.
it's so soft.
Yeah, and you could tell just by looking at the sandwich, this is made with love.
Yeah. They cut their meat actually relatively thin compared to some of the other ones we've looked at.
And I like a thin slice.
Yeah, me too. I think it melts in your mouth.
It melts in your mouth. It's easier to eat. Can't wait any longer. Oh my god. This is a pastrami sandwich. This is the ultimate of ultimate
It's so
pastrami
big.
sandwiches. I could eat this all day, every day. Like,
You would die.
I would die, but I would have a happy death.
Oh, that's fair. Is it worth it? Probably.
Yes. 100% worth it. This is everything.
Well, a bowl of pickles, not
This
just
is
a
everything.
pickle. You love pickles.
I love pickles.
All right, let's have some pickles.
Okay.
Pickle complements it.
I mean,
Like, I wouldn't want a pickle on this sandwich, but like,
no, because you don't need anything else on this sandwich.
No.
That is how good it is.
what if anything would you change on this sandwich?
I don't even know.
All right, that's fair. If I had to pick a least favorite part of this, it would be
Sure.
it would be the bread.
Okay. To me, growing up a New York Jew, like this is the traditional pastrami that I grew up with, and this is something that like when I would look forward to eating a pastrami sandwich, this is exactly what I wanted it to taste like.
My name is Barry Orenstein, and I've been in the deli restaurant business for 45 years. Pastrami Queen originated in the 50s in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. It was then called Pastrami King. 2008, the store moved to 78th and Lexington. Everything is made on the premises. Nothing is store-bought. The number of delicatessens has been greatly reduced in New York. There are only a handful left. Pastrami Queen is one of the last outposts of original delicatessen food in New York, and hopefully it'll be going on to the 22nd century.
Pastrami, 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 pastrami. This pastrami, it almost looks shredded. Shredded in a way I will never be.
Never. You can only aspire
To be this
to be this shredded.
This is a pretty moist pastrami.
I think what I like about this one is that it's really smoky. Even more so than some of the other ones that we've tried. Like, you really get that smoky flavor in there.
And there are little sections where you get a little bit of fat, which is some of the most flavorful meat. Look at that. The flavor isn't quite the strongest of all the ones we've had. It's like somewhere in the middle in terms of the strength of flavor.
And I do feel like the smokiness now does give it that little bit of edge, even if the flavor isn't fully there.
One thing is biting through. This is so easy.
Yes.
Like this one's very, very tender.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try putting a little bit of mustard on mine.
All right, let's mustard this up. Good mustard.
I mean, it's pretty like standard yellow mustard. It's good.
I do see why people go back and add the mustard to it. So we're moving on. Let's talk about the bread.
Okay, let's get this bread. The bread is very sturdy.
Yes, it's still holding up. It is still completely intact.
I will say the bread doesn't have my favorite flavor. It's not.
No, it doesn't have as heavy of a rye like punch.
So it's got that nice texture that I'm looking for, but the flavor isn't quite there for the bread.
Yeah.
There aren't a ton of like traditional Jewish delis left.
No.
Apparently at one point there were like hundreds, maybe even thousands. And now there's like dozens.
Well, you think so many immigrants came from the late 1800s, early 1900s, and the deli was a community. It was a place of belonging. It was somewhere to go. And, you know, as culture changes, not a lot of people really find it necessary to be kosher, and things kind of wean out. But places like this are special for that.
So unfortunately, due to the coronavirus outbreak, Jordan and I cannot be together to tell you what the best pastrami sandwich is, but she's right here anyway. Hey Jordan, how you doing?
Hi Dakota, actually I'm over here.
So here's the deal. We've eaten a lot of delicious pastrami, and I would recommend going to all of them. Please do. Order from all of them. Most of them do delivery or Gold Belly. You can get them shipped to wherever you live. They're all delicious, but we have to determine a winner. The best pastrami sandwich in New York City comes from Second Avenue Deli. What a good sandwich.
Second Avenue Deli has my heart. I felt like I was there with my family eating pastrami.
The meat, it's so flavorful, it's so tender. You bite through it, it's like you just bit a stick of butter that's made of meat. The bread was soft. It had such a nice tangy rye quality to it. It was springy, but it didn't crumple under the moisture of the sandwich. I cannot say enough good things about the Second Avenue Deli sandwich. It's like the quintessential Jewish deli, and I highly recommend going there.
I'm literally dreaming about that pastrami sandwich, and I wish I could go get it right now. But COVID, social distancing, stay inside.
Don't forget to subscribe, and let us know what food in your city you think we should cover next. Thanks for watching.